And so he goes on to say that by contrast, then the theories and laws of science are in one way or another known in an a posteriori fashion, right? That's the kind of what we were getting at there, right? By our sense experience, eventually requiring an appeal to our observation and our sensual perceptions and that sort of thing. And so for any set of observational data, there's always more than one law or theory consistent with those data. And so he's getting at here what the philosophers of science call the underdetermination of theory by data, right? In other words, your observation of something, you make a theory about it, a scientific theory, right? But you can have a number of scientific theories that meet that same observation. And so for any set of observational data, we make an observation. He says there's always more than one law or theory consistent with that data. So we see something happen, but there are multiple explanations, even scientific explanations, right? And so he says it's generally, though not universally agreed, that greater rational certainty is available for a priori truths than for a posteriori truths. And so that's the first point he wants to make. This distinction between a priori, where we know by rational intuition something is the case, versus a posteriori, where we know by our sense perceptions. And in general, most folks would agree that the rational certainty of a priori truths are greater than a posteriori truths. And yet science is based mostly with regard to observational data on a posteriori truths.
Right.
And so math and logic seem to be superior, we might say, and give us knowledge over and above science.